In the heart of a bustling city, amidst the cacophony of honking cars and chattering voices, lived a man named Thomas. He was a solitary figure, lost in his own world, his heart fortified by a dense wall of resignation. His neighbors, unaware of his loneliness, would see a man who always kept to himself, never reaching out, never showing any signs of vulnerability. One day, a stray cat wandered into his apartment building. Thomas, not a cat lover by any means, found himself drawn to the creature, its eyes filled with a similar longing that he had long buried within himself. He fed it, named it Whiskers, and in doing so, opened the first crack in his wall of solitude. The cat became his companion, a silent listener to his unspoken thoughts, a mirror to his soul. Thomas found comfort in its presence, a comfort he hadn't felt in years. He started to understand that he was not alone, that even a creature as seemingly insignificant as Whiskers could fill a void within him. As the days turned into weeks, Thomas started to notice the loneliness in his neighbors. An elderly woman who always seemed to cry herself to sleep, a young boy who would eat his dinner in silence, a man who would drink himself to sleep every night. He realized that he was not alone in his loneliness, that his neighbors, too, were in need of companionship. He began to extend a hand, a kind word, a smile. He started to understand that empathy was not just about feeling another's pain, but also about reaching out, about being a beacon of hope in someone else's darkness. He learned that by simply acknowledging the presence of another, he could make a difference, he could heal. One by one, his neighbors started to change. The elderly woman found solace in his company. The young boy started to laugh again. The man found a reason to live. Thomas, too, found a purpose, a reason to break down the walls he had built around himself. He learned that empathy was the key to healing, that it was the bridge that connected us all. In the end, Thomas, the solitary man, was no longer alone. He was surrounded by friends, by people who understood him, who saw him not as a stranger, but as a fellow traveler on life's journey. He was no longer lost in his own world, but was part of a community bound by empathy, by understanding, by love. And in the heart of a bustling city, amidst the cacophony of honking cars and chattering voices, there was a man who had learned the power of empathy, a man who had found his purpose, a man who had found his home.